Ellie, heel. Going. Heel. Good girl. That's it. Good. Good. Place. All right. Well, welcome back. Here we are again with Ellie, and we're at Animal Training Development Center. And today is Ellie's 10th daycare day with us. So this is going to complete her alpha program in terms of the daycare portion of it. You still have one private lesson left that we look forward to giving you after you had a chance to view this video. Maybe even go ahead and practice a little bit with some of the stuff that I'll show you. But the idea is that we've really enjoyed having her, and we've done an awful lot of great training with her and enjoyed every minute of it. So very bright dog, very, in my mind, ideal type of dog to train, smart, has a supportive side to her, although I think it's underscore. I think she's high dominant with an underscore of supportive, but I like that combination. It's the kind of combination I often pick for myself. My own German Shepherd falls into that very category. So we're just going to go through some of the stuff we've been teaching. Right now she's showing you the place command. The idea with place, of course, is that she can do whatever she wants on that place. She just can't get off of it. So at this moment, she's choosing to go ahead and sit. Now, she can go ahead and lay on it. She could then get back up and stand on it. She could turn around and lay down the other way. She has a lot of options when it comes to the place. The only thing she can't do is get off of it. So we drop our leash and start to work on distractions. I might kick a toy past her, see if she can hold as that happens. Not place. And I'm glad it happened because it allowed me to show you. If your timing is good and you redirect her, she's pretty quick about doing the right thing. So this is one of her favorite toys that we've been using to reward her with. But in this case, we're using it to test her with. So, a good reward could be both a test and a reward if done properly. That's a good girl. Good. So once I pick up the leash, she should still hold her place command until I give her another word to do, or if I give her her release words. If I say break, of course she can get off and go ahead and get that toy, and that's perfectly fine. I could have also given her a command word. I could have said heel, or I could have said come. I could have said, a variety of different commands. And of course, she could stop doing the place command in order to accommodate the new command that she's been given. The next thing I want to show you is something I know that you guys have been practicing, and look forward to seeing you continue to practice because it takes a long time to perfect. And in this case, come here, Ellie. Sit. It's what we call our heel command. And the heel command, if done properly, is the most important and most strict of all commands that we teach. And so when I say heel, she should stay at my heel position. And in this case, nope, heel. She's trained to be on the left side, and she should always keep her right paw in line with my left leg. And that's how you know she's in the right spot. If she's lagging beyond that, behind, then we would correct her forward and say no heel. She's ahead of us and not in position because of that reason, we would tug back toward us and say no heel, because we're always directing her back to where that heel position is, using the leash to tug her in that direction. Heel. Good. We've been working a lot of, heel. A lot of figure 8 patterns. And so with a figure 8 pattern, you go in through the middle. You go right around one object. In this case, we're using cones. At home, of course, you can use chairs or, heel. And we're keeping that nose up. So in the heel command, they're not allowed to lower their nose, look away, be too far ahead, be too far behind, crowd us to the right, be too far to the left. Basically, they need to focus every step of the way. This is why we call this the most important command, because it takes the most focus on our dog toward us in order to do this properly. And this is how we get from point A to point B when there's a lot of danger or a lot of distraction in our path. Heel. Good dog. Sit. Good girl. So whether you're crossing busy streets and there's a lot of danger because of cars and what have you, or whether you're just, approaching somebody else walking their dog and there's a lot of distraction and a lot of excitement, this is a good time to use that heel command. But to get really good at it to where it's really useful in real life, we have to practice a lot, where scenarios are set up like this one, heel, where I know that I got that toy still in play. Let's see if she lowers her head again. Good girl, she didn't go for it that time. Yeah, you see she's proud of herself. I'm proud of her too. Good dog. And here we can go ahead and stop. Remember, your heel's not finished until you stop and they sit. Very nice. Now I can tell her place. Good. And she should do whatever she wants without getting off there until I say break. And then she can go and get that toy if you want. You want to get that toy now? Good girl. That's it. Good dog. And I like to play with them. When it's break time, it's break time. When it's work time, it's work time. And play hard, work hard, that. And so we're trying to do the same thing with our dog. And you'll see in the video that we put after this on our field trip today, we went out to Buckner Park and we did just that. We worked hard, played hard. And we played hard in the sense that I gave her a lot of freedom, and you'll see that in the video. She's at that age where she's encountering her first ever, springtime, and then she'll encounter her maybe second summer, but she won't remember the last one much at all because she was too young. And so, we need to coach a lot at this stage in a dog's life, and coaching is just something that every one of us has to do. Around the time your dog is 2 years old, if you've coached really well for the first 2 years, then you can look forward to the rest of the years that they live out to be happy years where you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. So you guys have already made the investment as far as financially into training your dog. And now that your dog is getting a little older and we're getting the leash back in your hands and helping, coach you through, you're going to be coaching her through for the, maybe next year in order to get to the point where you really want to be, to where you can trust your dog on or off leash around a variety of different distractions and a variety of different locations. And so that's kind of all what we've been working on. Heel. Now we're back in that heel command, so she should ignore the toys. And we're going to walk her right past that one. Nice. She didn't bother with it. Now we say the down word. Of course, down means that she lays down, and now she's in that command. If I lead with my outside foot, my right foot in her case, the foot furthest from her, she should stay put in whatever position she's in. And since we put her in that down position, she should maintain that spot. As I go back and then lead with my inside foot, in my case, left foot here, good. Into heel she comes, and doing a really nice job. Once again, no heel. Watching to make sure she doesn't so much as turn her head away from us during the heel position, because it's the most important and critical position of all of our training. We want to make sure we keep that really sharp. So never finish until we stop and they sit. Good girl. Place. Good. Awesome. Next, I'll just show you what we've been working on with her. Crate. Good. Go on. Ha. Crate. Stepping on that leash. We showed this earlier too. Rather than always having to have it in your hands, we're starting to graduate in the sense that we're trying to show her that, we still have control even if we don't have something in our hand that is connected to her. And we all want off-leash control, but this is the way that we get it. So we start by just dropping the leash in places where there's not a lot of distractions. She can't take off on us. I'm indoors and not too much going on. And in the event that she makes a mistake, I can quickly step on that. Outdoors, you'll see that we use the longer line today, like a 15-foot line. That would be the way to go for outdoors. Heel. Good girl. In through the middle. Stopping, making sure we get that sit. Good girl. Crate. Crate. Good. Make sure she holds until you give her the release word. Break. Good. Place. Good. Atta girl. Good dog. And break. Yes. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. It's just kind of dressing up what we've been teaching her. I know that you guys have enjoyed some of the drop-in classes, and I would encourage you to continue to pursue those. Your package is going to run out at some point as far as drop-in dates, but we always have extra cards that you can buy that has 5 drop-in class days that you can just come in and we can punch card them whenever you decide to use those, and so those could be made available to you as well. So awesome that you guys have let us work with her, and awesome that you guys are practicing on your own. We look forward to seeing you guys continue to grow and continue to enjoy each other's company and live a long, happy, healthy, well-trained life. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out to us. You can call, text, or email. And if we don't hear from you, and even if we do hear from you, we always wish you happy training in the meantime. Happy training. Good dog, Ellie. Good. Girl, what do you think? Have fun? Good kid. All right, so here we are, day 10 of 10 for Ellie's daycare training. And we're taking a little field trip out here, and right away you can tell other dogs have had field trips out here. And so there's a lot of distraction, and we're just gonna kind of show you what we've been doing and how she's been doing. Little insights here and there. And for a female, she's got a bit of a dominant streak. You can see by the way she carries herself, her tail up and forward, very into, looking around, checking things out, not so much worried about me or anything else. That's a dominant spirit, and we love those. It's one of the 5 dogality types. We call it the dominant one, and they're leaders. And as you can see, she's got a good nose, and she's putting that to use. But more so, there's that dominant leadership quality. Let's try something here. Ellie, come. Good. Sit. Good girl. Okay. Yes. So for me, I love dominant dogs. It's my favorite personal one to own. I guess that's no secret to anybody that knows me. I tend to look for those and pick them and enjoy them no matter what their breed is. And we've got little Juno, the Pomeranian, that I'll try to put a picture in here for you. A dominant Pomeranian, and so much so that he likes to try to boss just about everybody and everything comes his way. Been like that since he was a little pup. I went and met him and picked him for my daughter as a Christmas present years ago, and he was the dominant pup of the litter, no question about it, and remains a dominant dog to this day. We don't try to change dogality types at Animal Training and Development Center. Instead, we enhance them and we balance them. So if you're dominant, hey, I give you the nod. I want you to be dominant. I want you to go out there and be a leader and to be out, out front and ready to go. That's all good. It's just that what I need for you to do as you're doing that is keep a mindset that is healthy and balanced. And so just because you're dominant doesn't mean, you could be a bully. It's not okay to be a bully. We in society frown upon that, and we should. Kids that are bullies are, not nice kids. And dogs that are bullies are the same way. And so we want to make sure that even if you're dominant, easy, we're working on, there we go, good girl. Even if you're dominant, you need to be balanced enough that you can be yourself without overwhelming others, without getting in other dogs' grill, so to speak, or just invading those personal spaces too often. And so what we're trying to do is balance her, and we've done a really good job of that, I feel like, for the most part. She's come an awful long way since we first started, and gonna be a great dog. She just needs more life experience, and that only comes with life. I always tell people I wish I could wave a wand and give your dog life experience, but you just can't. Nobody can. And so to some degree, right there, we're coaching. I'm coaching her right now. I'm coaching her to, even though you're a leader, and even though you're dominant, and even though you get to be ahead of me, you should still be aware enough of me, there we go, that you never get to the end of the leash at any time for any reason. And right now, I'm giving her a good bit of leash, but still asking for her to maintain that one command, that one unspoken command that we talk about here at Animal Training and Development Center. All right, come here, Ellie, let's sit. Good girl. Good job. Come here. Good. Sit. Nice job. So let's talk a little bit more about Ellie's other side. She definitely has a supportive quality. She does have a lot of intelligence. Nope, sit. There you go. She's got some beautiful bling. So, you can see by her 3 collars there, she's well loved and well cared for. Nope, sit. Good girl. And right now she sees a distraction coming her way, just a person walking. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Good dog, Ellie. Good. And we're going to give the release word, okay. And okay means you can go forward, but don't get to the end of the leash. And so as she feels that go up, I make that quick tug with it. There you go. Now she's looking back. Now she's more aware, or will be. There you go. Stop and go training is what I'm doing here. So if your dog is just bent on pulling, we stop. We stop altogether. See that? I'm just not going to take another step until we give up on that. Maybe check in on me would be nice. Can I get you to look at me? There you go. And then we continue on again. This is what I'd recommend you guys do with her. And, like I said, she, great dog, brilliant dog, on her way to wonderful things. But what she needs a lot of right now is she needs a lot of freedom. At the same time, she needs to have some basic, controls in place. And so the freedom that I'm giving her is on this long line. It's a 15-foot line. I recommend you invest in one. They're not very expensive. But we just want to check in on her now and then to make sure that we're keeping that connection. And so right here, Ellie, come. Come on. Good. Sit. Ellie, sit. Good. Good girl. Okay. Nice. So walks like this, and this is a park near us, Buckner Park. I'm sure you guys have heard of it, if not been here yourselves. And the idea being that I can let her have this length of leash, and there's lots of space that I can see anything that might be coming my way. So it's a great area to exercise this. And then you're just doing, recalls. That is the come command, intermittently. So right again, Ellie, come. Good. Sit. Make sure she sits. If she doesn't sit, she's not done. There you go. Okay. And then release word. If you notice the fancy footwork there, I stepped on that long line just at the right time as she wasn't sitting and made a correction myself. This is how I can sometimes actually navigate with a leash and a dog and a camera all at the same time, is you got to use your other appendages. There you go. Stop and go training right there. And again, be open, be happy, be excited, check things out. Don't get so excited you forget that there's one rule that you got to keep in mind, that we're still connected, so loosely holding hands, taking this walk in life. Oh boy, did you see that squirrel? She sure did. Wow, good dog. Oh, she's gonna go check out where that squirrel came from. And you can see the nose working. And here again, guys, life experience. I've got nothing going on. I'm enjoying watching her enjoy, figuring out this squirrel thing. This is fun stuff. This is what, having a dog is all about. I mean, she's still trying to figure out, where that squirrel came from and where it went and all that. Good girl. I praise her when she looks back. There you go. Just connection, she's getting near the end. That's a girl. Just giving those little reminders, don't forget me back here. And I'd rather do it now than when, oh, there's a squirrel. Yeah, than when there's a squirrel. I don't know if you see that she doesn't know it's there, but she can smell it. There, she's starting to get a sense. So, this is the fun. I mean, this is the amusement park for dogs. The kind of amusement park you might remember as a child. Just overwhelmed with the excitement of it all, and the sights and the sounds and the smells and the tastes and all that good stuff. And she's a young dog, and so, there's a lot of that. But even so, you got to keep an eye on your parents, or you do like I did when I was a kid. I think the first time I went to Kings Island with my mom and siblings, I ran off right out of the gate to the first ride I saw. And I think before I got to the second ride, I lost sight of my family and I spent the rest of the day literally trying to find them. So, you don't want your dog to be in that scenario where they get loose and they get lost. It's a scary thing for them, a scary thing, for you. And so just having this, just loose connection where, we're going to enjoy this walk. And I want you to, have fun. This is my fun, watching you have fun. That's why I got you. But I want you to do it in such a way that we don't lose, contact with one another, and you don't get off on some tangent where you run off and then you can't find your way back, or I can't find you. So it's that sort of thing that makes training, important. And I think that, obedience is paramount importance. And at the same time, I'm not a tyrant, and you don't have to be either. Right there, caught her. You're just giving that proactive tug back right before she reaches the end. I don't have to say anything. It's just the idea that we don't get to the end of the leash at any time for any reason. Right there. Same idea right there. That's it. When you feel them starting to go out, you're making that proactive tug. And if doing that 3, 4, 5 times isn't helping, I'm just going to stop altogether. There we go. Good. That's it. She's coming in, checking in. All right. Let's go off. Come here. Sit. 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 There you go. See that fancy footwork? Maybe not. But I got her to hold that sit eventually as that jogger was coming by. Okay, good girl. Break. I think her release word is break. Sorry if I'm messing that up. I've been using that word okay. I'm thinking that maybe hers is break. But there's no word for staying on a loose leash. This is the unspoken command, so there's no need to have to say anything, but you make your actions do your talking. There we go. Little stop and go training, as I always call it. You stop, and when you finally give in to the idea that I need you to connect with me, you give me that little acknowledgement, and right back to go we go. Stop and go training. Lots of fun. Lots of lessons learned. It's a summer, this, guys. I mean, so don't expect this strategy to work in a single walk. It's dozens of walks before you really start to see, the difference. And me getting her a couple times a week allows me to try this a couple times a week. But Ellie, come on. Come, Ellie, come. Good, come here. Sit. Stepping on that leash. Ellie, sit. Good. Good girl, okay. Good job, break. Whatever your release word is. Atta girl. Yeah, nice. So taking advantage of opportunities like that when they come by. That jogger had gone by us and made a little turn up here and jogging past again. And I was able to put her in a sit command using my feet, stepping on that long line. If you guys aren't carrying a camera, you can easily use both hands on the long line, or you can, even use a shorter leash for a while until you get comfortable, with that. So, a lot of what I show you guys is based on the fact that I've been doing this for a while. And by having all that experience, it's like any other occupation, I get pretty adept at the techniques that, requires me to do this stuff. There you go. There you go. Now we can go. That's it. Better. Don't do it. So, a shorter leash is easier than a longer line, to work with. I love the idea of a long line, especially on a time like this where there isn't a lot of distractions. I mean, we've seen one jogger, not a lot going on this time of day. If I was seeing, 4 or 5 people walking their dogs and 4 or 5 other joggers and maybe some kid on rollerblades, this is a time you give up the long line and get out your 6-foot leash, and also have your remote training collar ready to go, because that's something we haven't discussed yet, but I want to get into that a little bit with you here, and we're going to try some strategies that go along with this. So this is Ellie's 10th day, and we're trying to help you guys get the most out of the program by showing you some advanced tactics. And you've already invested. Come on, atta girl. You've already invested in some high-tech equipment, which luckily doesn't have you untangling it from picnic tables, right, Ellie? So what we're talking about now is this remote trainer that you guys have invested in. And so now what we're going to do is finish our walk, but instead of me tugging on a line like I was doing physically, I'm going to be hitting a button as she gets near the end of the line instead. And so the button that I'm going to choose for right now is this button on the side here. That's our vibration button. And well, right there, try it. And you can see she barely recognizes that it happened, but she did recognize that it happened and responded appropriately. The other buttons we have, of course, we've got the red button here, the black button here. The red button here is a continuous correction at whatever level we have it set here, which is 57. And so we're going to try that next. Instead of using the vibration right here, there we go, caught her, and you can see the reaction was stronger, there we go, with the red button there. And although it's stronger, sometimes it's necessary. And you'll notice that I notice already how much better she's doing. I mean, now she's not even going to the end of the leash at all, and she's much more aware of me. So, you know, a correction in life is just that. It's a correction. It stops the course you're going in, redirects you into a better course, and then, you know, ideally you get rewarded for that too, right? So, good girl, Ellie. Good girl. There's her reward. Right here, I'm ready. Oh, yep, caught you. But she checked back real fast, and that was just leash work. I didn't use the button at all. And I love how quickly she looked at me, just making that observation. Oops, my bad, you know. I shouldn't have got to the end of the leash here, but here again, you know, this is just the repetition that any one of us has to go through for the first couple of years that we train a dog. So, stopping here all together. There you go. Good girl. Good Ellie. Stopping all together, like I say, you know, you can just tell they're bent on getting somewhere to see something. And sometimes you can see what that is, and sometimes you can't, but, oh, there goes another squirrel. Good. I don't know if you guys are seeing it on the camera, but we have a lot of activity out here today, you know, with squirrels. And she's got a good nose. I think we mentioned this on your very first video that we made with Ellie back when she was on lesson 5 or something. And now she's lesson 10, and still her, you know, her prey drive, we call it, is super high. But, you know, she's a Labrador with those hunting instincts, and, you know, you kind of, you get that with the territory. And to me, I don't fight that. I embrace it. I'm like, cool, you know, just don't pull me, you know, let's go sniff around, let's, you know, be a dog, let's have some fun, just don't pull me. And when I call you, Ellie, come. Good. Come and sit. Come and sit. Stepping, sit. There you go. Okay. Make sure when you call her, every time you call her, she is not finished until she gets to you and she sits. I can only promise you, like I've done hundreds of other clients, if you don't teach them to come and sit, they will learn to come and go all at the same time, all at your expense. And so we need a dog. When I call, Ellie, come. Good. Come. Sit. There you go. Okay, break. Good. Use both release words, make sure I get one of them in there. But you do that routinely, you know, it doesn't have to be every 30 seconds, but routinely, and especially when, you know, they're obviously distracted, you know, in a different direction. We need to know that when I call you, you're going to come, even if, you know, there's something exciting in front of you. And again, you know, it's a balance, you know, enjoy the freedom as a dog, enjoy being the dog. We want to enjoy that with you, but enjoy it in, you know, balance with staying connected with us, staying responsive if we need you to do something. That way we both have a good time and we get to go home and do it again tomorrow. Ellie, sit. Good. Ellie, sit. No. Sit. Make him wait. No. Sit. Break. Good girl. Good.